The football world is mourning the loss of football legend and Brazilian great Pele, who has died at 82. A 3-time World Cup winner who inspired millions from generation to generation and changed the landscape of the beautiful game forever. Shaka Hislop alongside me, Kay Murray. We also have Casey Keller and Frank Leboeuf joining us. And Frank, I'd like to start with you because you're a World Cup winner yourself. You met a man who won the World Cup 3 times, and he really was that special person for any professional footballer to be able to meet in their lifetime.
Yes, he was, and I have to say that I'm really devastated because I think my knowledge about football came up with Pele, with my father, you know, showing me videos because I mean, I was 3 years old when he won his last shirt for the Brazilian squad in '71. So my father had to show me what he did, and I know that a video is getting very viral, you know, in the network world because he did everything first before everybody. He knew how to do everything, and my father showed that to me, and I discovered that legend, because he was already a legend, scoring more than 1,000 goals. I remember that picture of the 1,000 goal, that the game has to be stopped, you know, for like 15 minutes. That was insane, and everything he did, the way he did it, so gracefully. It was like even the opponents didn't have a word to say because they were accepting the fact that the guy was too strong. And it's true that I had the chance to meet him twice. And on top of being the greatest of the greatest, because for me, yes, there is only one GOAT, what we say, the greatest of all time, and it's him. On top of that, he was a gentleman. He was able to talk to you and to talk to anybody, whoever the person was in front of him, and be nice to him. I discovered that guy twice in '97 and 2006. And he was smiling to everybody, talking to everybody, getting the importance of saying one word to somebody and changing his life. And it's what he did to me the first time I met him. And what he said to me, I will always remember. He gave me the confidence that I needed with one sentence. That was Pele, the greatest.
You know, Casey, he retired in 1974 and then he returned in 1975 to play for the New York Cosmos, and he was tasked with changing the profile of the sport here in the US, and he definitely did that.
Yeah, there's no question that so much of US soccer owes a massive gratitude to the New York Cosmos for making that investment and bringing Pele in '75. And you know, it was at a time where, you know, the sport really wasn't, you know, even in the periphery of most sports fans in the United States. And they needed that first ambassador, that first person to really put it into the mainstream. And it was Pele. It was the greatest of all time, as Frank just said, to be able to come in and bring the sport to the forefront. He talked about, you know, selling out in New York, and then what that ripple effect did around the NASL. But there's no question that as a young kid in the '70s, he was the one that inspired all of us to continue on in the sport.
His legacy will live on forever in football, Shaka.
Absolutely it will, and I think Frank and Casey capture that so wonderfully well. Frank Leboeuf, a World Cup winner himself, but remembering Pele and how he defined the World Cup as a competition, the levels that he brought the game to during his own playing time. And for Casey, a young man who understands the foundation that Pele and the New York Cosmos brought to the game today. I don't think you can ever say enough about Pele as a player. He defined what a global sports superstar is and should be, given his performances on the field, given how he continued to advocate for those who were voiceless, for those who were marginalized, even at the height of his own career and popularity. How he used that platform is one I still think that many can only emulate.
Sad news as football icon Pele has passed away at the age of 82.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.